The gentleman recognizes the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Posey, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I like this bill. I think it's a needed bill. I do have a couple concerns with it that I hope we can maybe address before it gets to the floor. I've asked my staff to convey my thoughts to the committee staff. It mentions substantial artificial intelligence security incidents and likewise for intelligence incidents, but we really don't define that, and I'd really like to see that we define that clearly. It mentions civil society groups as part of the enumerated list who are going to have input on this, and I tried to figure out what a civil society group was, and the first thing that pops up on Google is United Nations, and post-Chevron, I think we need to be specific with who we want to participate in doing this. We don't want the Chinese setting our standards or undermining our standards, and specify that we want, you know, Americans, free world people involved in this. We know the UN very rarely takes a positive position toward us, and I'd hate for them to harm the good intent of this legislation, you know, and we didn't identify what a threat source is that may trigger vulnerability, and these really jump out at me post-Chevron, you know, that the elected people should really decide the spectrum in which we want them to operate, and not let the bureaucracy take off again, you know, with a free will to do whatever they want, which oftentimes we've seen in the past diverts from the actual intent of the legislation, which is really wonderful. And I yield the balance of my time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman yields back.